Hi and welcome. I'm Kay and this is Rory, and we are here with a brand new podcast for you for 2025 in high leverage actions. This is going to be a weekly podcast on how to connect with your higher self. Bear with me. Welcome. I'm Kay. Oops, it's going on the replay. Proof we're live. So let's start with this week's Connecting with Your Higher Self. We're going to start with the title High Leverage Actions and make that the topic for this week. But first of all, I think Rory is going to try and talk about why we are bringing high level actions to the table for you for this brand new podcast. Hi, Rory.
Hey, okay. What's the podcast called?
It's called High Leverage Actions.
Okay, brilliant, excellent. My name's Rory Lemon, and I'm a neurodiversity and creative flow coach. And high leverage actions is really what I love to help people with as well, personally and professionally. It's all about that, and also I really like the phrase significant change because if we're not working towards things that are significant and high leverage, then what are we doing? We are ambling along. Yes, okay, when we work on something, it takes a little bit of, step by step approach. We get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. But what is a high leverage action is defining it first of all and aiming towards it, and then taking small, simple steps. So that smallest action, here's a great analogy. Before I pass it back over, is if you've got a crowbar
Yep, you're ahead of me.
in a tight space, the crowbar with the least amount of effort is going to open that space up. So it's the leverage is the amount exactly where to put something with the longest amount of um power. The longer the bar, the easier it is. And so which bar, and bars another one. What level bar you want to take yourself to? Are you aiming for, and all of that. So I'll pass it back over. What do you get from that? Okay.
Yeah, amazing. Yes, it's all about personal growth potentially, but it's one thing to grow over time, but using personal development techniques, it's like the physics of having that leverage to make things happen quicker, make them happen easier, and to literally have that little bit of power behind you to give you that lift. And Rory has, if I can find it quickly, Rory has the perfect thing in his book. I've got a copy of Rory's book here. And I would say what page number, but we don't have page numbers in this book. It's all about a fulcrum. There was something in here. And it's everything that we can do to just make life a little bit easier going forward. Because we all have challenges, we all get stuck with things, we all have lessons to learn. I have found it. And we all feel like we need a bit of support and help. And sometimes we need that from other people. When we're stuck in ourselves, like a door is stuck or you can't get the tire off the car, that leverage comes from somebody else applying that little bit of pressure or that little bit of knowledge and logic. And that is why, as mentors and coaches and therapists in the self help bookshelf, which this podcast is a subset from the self help bookshelf on Facebook and on YouTube, we are all here to help you create that leverage for yourself. And there are so many ways in which personal development can achieve this. That's why we're going to make this a regular weekly live at 6 p.m. GMT on YouTube. And then we'll be sharing replays across various social media platforms. But if you want to come and join in the chat live, if we can find out how to follow it, we're learning too. um, it's a continual growth progress throughout life. But this is in Rory's book, The Work-Life Balance Without Using Holistic Health Hygiene as a Fulcrum is Just a Plank. And it says it all, that little fulcrum in the middle. You take that out and you don't have a seesaw or a lever or a crowbar, you have a plank. And we all talk about people being as thick as two short planks. Well, we want to get you beyond that phase. So back to you, Rory. Anything else we can talk
Yeah.
about personal
Well,
development?
yeah, firstly, I just wanted to say that I loved what you said about the power being support, and we can learn to support ourselves through self-help, and we can also have it coming from uh others, and space of what I like to teach about what I call stealth care, which is who do you disclose the stuff to and who do you not disclose to, because if you disclose something to someone that hasn't achieved that thing, but they have a strong opinion or a strong opinion about whether or not you should or shouldn't do it, you're going to get feedback that is not actually what you want to achieve. So it's people that have done stuff. So we've got high level knowledge, high level experience, and high level internal powers that can be worked on. And so when you combine a little bit of all of those things, that's where we get this high leverage actions going forwards, because we get the confidence to take action even if we don't know how it's going to turn out. And
Yeah.
that's why we're here pressing buttons and getting and trying to get, not trying, but getting a YouTube. We're getting a YouTube podcast going on. This is immense stuff to work this stuff out. The amount of work that can go into us talking to you right now is massively high leverage. So thanks.
For you, that is. I mean, we're learning in the process, but this is high leverage for you. And this is stuff that Rory and myself and Emma, who's also a member of the Self-Help Bookshelf, she will be appearing on here occasionally as well. I haven't spoken to her yet. We just started this and we've got to catch up with her. But, there is so much between us that we know. And between us, we all know other people as well who are, like Rory says, people who've been there, done that, learned that, practiced it, experienced it, lived through it, whatever it is that you need to address in your life. We've been through so much between all of us that we've learned from, and we're here to pay it forward. But these are all topics that we're going to bring forward in future weeks, is about, where have you come from? Perhaps what traumas have you been through? How do you want to pay it forward? Circle of influence. There are so many strategies that we've already got listed out, and I've already got like 25 weeks worth of thumbnail graphics ready for all our topics to go. But like Rory's saying about getting help from people who know, or the right people with the right intellect. And a good phrase that really connected me with that concept is, you don't buy flowers from the butcher. When you want flowers, you go to a florist. You want meat, you go to the butcher's. And it's the same when you are trying to work out problems in life where self-help is just not quite connecting for you on your own level, and you need that bit of leverage from somebody else. And there are so many people offering niche self-help, but we hope to bring a lot of information to you through this podcast in the weeks to come and the months to come that is going to help you connect with the right people. And by the connecting with us as well through the Self-Help Bookshelf, either here on YouTube or in our Facebook group, you can interact with those people directly as well. So come and join us. Keep following us. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell, so you get a notification every time we do another live podcast. But we are really looking forward to getting this going. And for me, this is the first time I've ever done a joint podcast. So thank you for joining me, Rory. I'm looking forward to this.
Amazing. And without further ado, we will finish. But what just to say, who do you particularly love to help? Okay.
For me, my absolute passion is for helping parents who are working professionals who are parenting teens, where there are challenges within the home and the family unit around teenage emotions, depression, and mental health issues. And that's my passion, is helping that through emotional awareness. And for me, that's the thing. All of this starts with awareness, because you can't fix anything until you know it exists as a problem. So that's why I start with awareness. And what about you, Rory? Who are you helping?
Amazing. I like to help people that identify as either neurodiverse, neurodivergent, or think differently, maybe unknowingly neurodivergent as well. So that could be just a case of feeling hypersensitive and
Mm.
uh, difficulty with reactive emotional reactivity, but also a sense of there's a creativity process. So that those that become creative, so neurodiverse creatives that are heart-centered and compassionate and potentially oversensitive, that want to get their projects out there, and with that help along the way to get them out there.
And I can definitely vouch for Rory's services because he has done a tremendous amount to help me this year, having found out about my own neurodiversity. I'm always creative around what I'm doing online, and then I was getting stuck, and Rory has got me through some amazing barriers this year. But that is going to be next week's topic, boundaries and barriers. We will save that for then.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, Rory, and thank you for everybody for watching in or watching replay. Let us know what you've got from this today, please, and what you're looking forward to talking to us about in future. It all helps. So here is to helping you find your higher self. Till next week.
Much love.